Prerequisites. To help you understand the necessary requirements and information for using Let's Encrypt and similar services with anynode. You require an anynode version starting from 4.10.6. Ensure you have a valid email address. If you're using ZeroSSL and GoDaddy, you'll need external account binding ID credentials. In this chapter, you will learn how to generate external account binding credentials for anynode, serving as an ACME client to establish a connection with your ZeroSSL account. If using Let's Encrypt, an ACME account is not mandatory when starting the wizard. Prepare ZeroSSL ACME EAB credentials. If you intend to utilize ZeroSSL services via the ACME protocol, here's your guide. Begin by either signing into your existing ZeroSSL account or creating a new one if you don't already have an account. Next, navigate to the developer page. On the developer page, locate and click on Generate for EAB credentials specially designed for ACME clients. After clicking, you will receive an identifier and the hash-based message authentication code. You will need these keys later during the configuration in the anynode frontend when setting up the certification issuance provider in the Create node with ACME and ZeroSSL chapter. We recommend saving the values in a text file immediately before closing the window. Be aware that EAB credentials are not stored within your account and are generated anew. It is important to securely record and retain them. You can now leave the ZeroSSL website and proceed with the configuration in the anynode frontend. Certificate Challenge. To issue a certificate from an ACME provider, the provider needs to verify the subject alternative names that are used. To accomplish this, anynode uses the HTTP 01 challenge method. It involves anynode creating a file that contains a random token and the fingerprint of your account key. This file is used to prove control over the website to the certificate authority. The challenge specifies both the contents of the file and the URL where it should be created. Once anynode informs the ACME provider that the file is ready, the ACME provider attempts to retrieve it, potentially from multiple vantage points and multiple times. If the validation checks receive the correct responses from anynode, the validation is considered successful, and anynode can issue the certificate. It's important to note that the HTTP 01 challenge can only be performed on port 80. Allowing clients to specify arbitrary ports would introduce security risks, so this is not allowed by the ACME standard. The HTTP 01 challenge requires port 80 to be open in your firewall so that the ACME provider can reach your system when needed. Port 80 cannot be used by any other program on the anynode machine with the selected interface IP address. The port will only be opened when a challenge is initiated for certificate renewal or a new certificate issuance.